What's good, everybody? Today we got some more sneaker news, and this is also going to be a release prediction video on the Air Jordan 11 Bred lows. They are returning April 2025, April 26th to be exact. Now, I do not remember the last time that these came out. I do know that it was, I feel like in recent years, we have been getting a lot of Air Jordan lows lately, so it is, I'm pretty sure they're going to tell us in the article, but this is on the radar, and I feel like April has been kind of a little bit mellow, but again, I don't think a lot of people are going to be too interested in these shoes, and I have a couple of reasons why. Retail is $190, and I feel like in this right now, we're still in that phase where it's like, I think a lot of people are being very, very selective when it comes to the shoes. And I think if it really doesn't have any hype, like OD hype behind or any type of nostalgia behind it, I think a lot of people are chilling on a lot of shoes. Not to say that people aren't going to be picking these up, but I will be saying that these probably won't be, I don't know, because they are purposely making a lot of things limited, but I don't think a lot of people are going to be having a problem. If they really want this, I don't think people are going to have an issue with getting this. Now, them selling out, that may be different depending on just how low they put the stock, because again, they are trying to make everything sell out just to fill this fake concept of hype surrounding their shoes all of 2025. So let's get into the article, see what they say about it, and then we'll touch up on some more points of how I think this release is gonna go. So arguably one of the most popular Air Jordans of all time, that is potentially true. The Air Jordan 11 remain. Oh, and another reason why these won't do good before we go into the article. There are 5 different Air Jordan 11 highs that are going to be dropping this year. And that is a lot. I think that's probably the most of all time, if not most definitely in recent years. And recent, I mean like a whole decade, right? I don't think we've ever seen 5 high top Air Jordan 11s drop in one year. So we got the Rare Airs, the Gammas, the 40th anniversary, and then we have like a kids and then a women's exclusive. So and I would say 3 of them are buyable. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody's gonna want the Gammas, obviously. Everybody's gonna go to the Rare Airs. Everybody wants to kind of check out the new series, right? And it's a decent colorway, especially in that Air Jordan 11 model. And then the anniversary one, we can see how that goes, but I do think that it has something to it that may get a couple of people's attention. And then the grade school exclusive and the women's exclusive, that's just like, hey, it's available. You know what I mean? So we have those. So I do think that a lot of people, again, are in that picky phase. Like, I'm just going to need this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? If everything in my life goes well, maybe I'll be able to pick up this shoe, right? So I think that's where we at. And Air Jordan 11 lows, I don't think that ever comes up on somebody's like must-need list, especially since we've already got a lot of reiterations of the OG colorways and low format. So like a lot of people already have these shoes. They already have the highs and the lows. So there's no point in doubling up on the lows, right? So let's talk about it. So while the high top version is the preferred cut, which is 100% true, the Air Jordan 11 Low is a solid alternative. Keyword alternative. So you have basically 3 out of the 5 choices for the upcoming 11s. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, there are a bunch of other Air Jordan 11 lows that are coming out anyway. So obviously this is probably one of the better colorways, being an OG, being the Bred colorway. A lot of people would probably pick this over the other ones, but just putting that out there, there are other Air Jordan 11 Low colorways that are being released this year. So introduced in 2001, the Jordan 11 Low has been a staple in the sneaker scene ever since. And then for summer 2025, Jordan Brand is bringing back the Low Bred in OG mid-90s form. So unlike the previous retro from 2015, is this the last time that we got that? Let me see what this looks like. So yeah, this is the last time that we got the Bred 11 Lows. So unlike the previous pair from 2015, the 2025 iteration of the Air Jordan 11 Low will be a reissue of the exclusive pair he wore during the 1996 finals. This pair sports a black base upper with a higher patent leather cut, mimicking the classic high top with a white midsole and translucent red outsole. The Jumpman branding on the tongue strip and back heel also comes in red, while the Jumpman Jordan writing will stitch in white. So more so of a no to the OG. Similar how they did with the 85 Bred ones this year, how they were trying to make it everything kind of like close to OG as possible, having like that one-of-one shaping to it and everything. I think they're trying to just cater to maybe like some of the specific old heads, some of the OGs, etc. But this is one of those things where to the common guy, even to like just the average sneakerhead, where, you know, he probably got a bunch of J's, you know, just being, you know, around, you know what I'm saying, being plugged in, etc. I don't think they will care about the specifics like that. And also, it's when it comes to things like this, it's never really displayed, you know, out there in the open, like not black and white. So unless you specifically know, or you have somebody telling you, more than likely you wouldn't even know the difference. You would just think that it's a retrain. You might see some little differences here and there, but I don't think that would be a deciding factor in just the thought of purchasing it or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? This will be an afterthought after you had already purchased it. So they are set to release on April 26, 2025. Available with Nike and select retailers, coming in full family size, so you'll be able to get them in men's at 190, 150 grade school, 80 preschool, and 60 toddler. And here are just some close-up images of how they will be looking. So like I said, April is kind of a slow month, but again, I think it kind of picks back up a little bit in May. We got the white cements coming out in May, so I know a lot of people will be going for those. We have some other releases in May as well. And right now, I feel like in the sneaker world, it's not a... We had a whole bunch of hype in February. You know, I think that was just where everybody was like kind of getting back in the scene. Like, hold on, these shoes are getting limited and really hype. Like, maybe I need to lock in. And then the hype just kind of went a little downhill. Obviously, we had the brick by bricks to kind of make it stay up there. But after that, it's kind of just been on a little decline, bro. Just a little decline. We've had some shoes released from the bricks till now, but again, not a lot of people are really just like talking about sneakers, actively looking for sneakers, getting excited for anything. And I think a lot of people will not be excited for another pair of shoes until the white cement. So we can see how that kind of plays out. Like even with the Kobe's, which I have right here, by the way. Even with these. A lot of people obviously were excited. This is a grail to some people, very nostalgic shoe. But, you know, it was kind of just like, hey, we really want this. It was a little bit limited, but after the drop, if we didn't get it, we're not really talking about it. Like, I don't think a lot of people were talking about these compared to how they were talking about the flu games, the reimagined fives, and obviously all the other hype stuff that we had in that February month, things like that. So even this is like, no one really cares. So I can only imagine if not a lot of people care about these compared to the Bred 11 Lows. So it's just stuff like that that you kind of have to look at. So 1,000%, the resale is going to be almost non-existent. Even if they do make these extremely limited, I don't see a world where they're going to be selling for more. Because like I said, if you want them, you will have a chance to get them. But just know that they're going to make them limited, but I don't think a lot of people are going to be going for them to begin with. And we can see here that they're already going for under retail. Honestly, I think it will stay in that range of just like maybe retail, like under retail to anywhere between under retail to $30 over. And that's about it, man. I don't even think it's going to reach $260, to be honest with you, like if we're keeping a buck, but I don't know. Actually, I do know. Yeah, it's not going to go up that much. I don't think a lot of people are that crazy over this. So if you are interested in this, again, it's a nice shoe. The last Jordan Low Bred was in 2015. So 10 years later, if you want to double up, if you want to re-up, whatever you want to do, this is a good time to do that. A really good opportunity. And I don't think you'll have that much struggle. But do know that they are making a lot of these pairs limited. So if you are trying to go for this, make sure to just enter some raffles. Make sure to tap in with your stores to see who has them, first come, first serve. I'm pretty sure there will be some stores first come, first serve with these. And just make sure you lock in your pair, because even though the demand isn't high, that stock is low regardless. So you know, eventually, you know, the people that do care, those numbers are going to add up to the point where they sell out. So just be aware of that. And just let me know your opinions on the Air Jordan 11 Low Breds. Are you planning on copping these? Like, how do you feel about these? Should they even be bringing back these 11 lows? So let me know all that in the comment section below. And with that being said, fall out. Peace.